Welcome back to my YouTube channel. What if I told you that a simple half-dollar coin, something you might have ignored, spent, or even lost in your couch, could be worth nearly $698,000 today? Sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the truth. Right now, somewhere in America, someone is unknowingly holding a 1971 half-dollar coin that could completely transform their financial future overnight. And here's the scary part. That person might not even know it yet. Imagine this for a second. You're going through an old jar of coins, maybe something your parents left behind, or a forgotten collection sitting in your drawer. You pick up a half-dollar, you glance at it, and then you toss it aside because it looks ordinary. But what if that exact coin was the one that collectors are desperately hunting for? What if you just threw away a life-changing opportunity? Now let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually checked your coins carefully? Not just looked, but examined them like a professional would? Because in the world of rare coins, the difference between a 50-cent coin and a $698,000 treasure is often just one tiny detail. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why the 1971 half-dollar is creating serious buzz in the collector world, but you'll also know exactly what to look for and how to avoid missing out on one of the biggest hidden opportunities in modern coin collecting. And trust me, you don't want to skip this, because people are already cashing in. Let's go back to 1971. The United States Mint had just transitioned away from silver half-dollars, introducing a new composition that many collectors initially overlooked. The 1971 half-dollar, minted in Denver, was produced in large numbers, and for years it was considered just another ordinary coin. But here's where things get interesting. Not all 1971 half-dollars are created equal. In fact, a small number of these coins were struck with rare minting errors so subtle that most people completely miss them. And yet, these imperfections are exactly what make them incredibly valuable today. Now, you might be thinking, wait, errors make a coin more valuable? Yes, ironically, in the coin world, mistakes are money. We're talking about errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and unique die variations that were never meant to leave the mint. These are the kinds of coins that collectors fight over, the kind that auction houses highlight, the kind that can push a coin's value from a few cents to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And here's the exciting part, some of these coins are still out there, hiding in plain sight. Picture this. A man walks into a coin shop with a handful of half-dollars he inherited. He doesn't expect much, maybe a few bucks. But one coin catches the expert's eye. The details are slightly off. The lettering shows a doubling effect. The strike isn't quite centered. That coin? It ends up being worth a small fortune. Now pause for a second. What if that was you? What if the next time you check your coins you notice something unusual? Would you recognize it? Or would you miss it? And let's be honest. Most people miss it. They're not trained to spot these details. They don't know what to look for. And because of that, valuable coins slip through their fingers every single day. But not you. Because right now, you're learning something that most people never will. The 1971 half-dollar with rare errors has reached market values as high as $698,000, depending on condition and rarity. That's not just money. That's a life upgrade. That's debt-free living. That's financial freedom. That's the kind of opportunity people dream about, but rarely recognize when it's right in front of them. And here's a quick reality check. Coins like this don't stay undiscovered forever. As more collectors enter the market, as more people become aware, the window of opportunity starts to close. So let me ask you again. How confident are you that you haven't already overlooked one? Now here's where everything changes. You don't need to be a professional numismatist to start identifying valuable coins. You don't need decades of experience. What you need is awareness, attention to detail, and the willingness to take action. Start by checking your half-dollars, especially those from 1971 with the D mint mark. Look closely at the lettering. Examine the edges. Pay attention to anything that looks unusual, off-center, or duplicated. And here's a simple but powerful mindset shift. Stop seeing coins as spare change and start seeing them as hidden assets. Because that's exactly what they are. Every coin you own has a story, and sometimes that story is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now imagine this moment. You find one, you get it verified, you take it to auction, and suddenly, your life looks very different. That's not fantasy, that's happening to real people. But it only happens to those who take action. So here's your challenge. Today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, go check your coins. Look at them differently. Take your time. Because the next coin you examine could be the one that changes everything. And remember this, opportunities like this don't announce themselves loudly. They hide, they wait, and they reward those who are paying attention. So the question is, will you be the one who finds it? Or the one who let it slip away? Because that decision starts now. What if I told you that a simple $50 sitting quietly in a forgotten drawer could be worth nearly $500,000 right now? Not someday, not in theory, but today. The 1971 Mint mark $50 coin, a coin most people ignore, has quietly become one of the most shocking hidden treasures in modern American coin collecting. And here's the uncomfortable truth: thousands of people have already spent it without ever realizing what they had. Now imagine this for a second. You're holding a coin that looks ordinary, feels ordinary, but carries an error so rare, so valuable, that collectors are willing to pay up to $487,000 for the right specimen. Sounds unbelievable? Good, because that disbelief is exactly why so many fortunes are missed. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might never look at your spare change the same way again. Let's go back to 1971. A year when the United States Mint began producing the Kennedy $50 with a new composition, moving away from silver and into a copper-nickel-clad structure. Millions of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a simple P. To the average American, it was just another coin entering circulation. Nothing special, nothing rare, nothing worth holding on to. But here's where the story takes a turn. Hidden within these mass-produced coins were a handful of extremely rare mint errors. Mistakes so subtle that even trained eyes sometimes miss them. We're talking about dramatic double die errors, off-center strikes, and highly unusual die misalignments that transformed a 50-cent coin into a collector's dream. And here's the part most people don't realize. These error coins were released into circulation. That means they didn't go to museums, they didn't stay in vaults, they went into everyday pockets, wallets, and cash registers across America. Which leads to a powerful question. How many of these coins are still out there? Unnoticed, unrecognized, and possibly sitting in your home right now. Let me ask you something honestly. When was the last time you actually checked a $50 coin? Exactly. Most people treat them like relics, or worse, like arcade tokens. And that right there is where opportunity lives. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where things get serious. A high-grade 1971 $50 with a significant mint error, especially a strong double die or major strike anomaly, has been valued as high as $487,000 in today's market. Not because it's old, but because it's rare, misunderstood, and in extremely high demand among elite collectors. Collectors aren't just buying coins, they're buying stories, mistakes, and moments in history that can never be reproduced again. Think about that: a machine malfunction, a split-second misalignment, a tiny imperfection, and suddenly, you have something that the world cannot recreate, even with all modern technology. That's why these coins command such extraordinary prices. But here's the part that creates urgency. The market for rare coins is tightening. Collectors are becoming more aggressive. Auctions are becoming more competitive. And the number of undiscovered high-value error coins is shrinking every single year. Which means one thing: the longer you wait, the higher the chance someone else discovers what you missed. So let me ask you, right now, do you know where your old coins are? Are they sitting in a jar? A drawer? A box you haven't opened in years? Or worse, have you already spent them? Here's the shift that separates ordinary people from those who capitalize on opportunities like this. They don't ignore what others overlook. They pay attention, they check, they verify, and most importantly, they act. Because the truth is, finding a rare coin like the 1971 $50 error isn't about luck. It's about awareness. It's about knowing what to look for and taking the time to look. Imagine the moment. You pick up a coin. You notice something unusual, a doubling in the lettering, a misalignment, something just doesn't look right. You send it for verification, and suddenly, that ordinary coin becomes a life-changing asset. That's not fantasy. That's happening right now to people who decided to take action. This is your moment to decide: will you be the person who ignores the possibility, or the one who discovers it? Because opportunities like this don't come with announcements. They don't knock on your door. They sit quietly, waiting to be recognized. And the 1971p half dollar might just be one of those silent opportunities. So start today. Check your coins. Look closer. Pay attention to the details most people miss. Because hidden within the ordinary is where extraordinary wealth begins. And who knows, the next coin you hold could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could instantly transform your life. Not just any coin, but a 1972 no-mint mark half dollar. A rare American treasure so rare that collectors across the nation would give anything to own it. Right now, one of these coins could be worth $769,000. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $750,000, sitting quietly in someone's drawer, waiting to reveal its hidden fortune. And here's the question that matters. Could that fortune be yours? The year was 1972, a time of change and innovation in the United States, but few realized that a subtle mistake at the U.S. Mint would create a collector's obsession for decades to come. Most half dollars from that year bear a mint mark showing where they were made. But the elusive 1972 no-mint mark coin slipped through unnoticed, a rare error that makes it instantly valuable today. Think about it. A coin that went unnoticed by the millions who spent it casually in daily transactions is now the holy grail for collectors, fetching prices that most people only dream about. It's fascinating how history and human error can combine to create wealth. This isn't just a coin. It's a time capsule, a tangible piece of American history, and a key that could unlock your financial dreams. The thrill of discovering one in your own collection, or even at a local coin shop, can send chills down your spine. Have you ever found something you didn't know was worth a fortune? Imagine that multiplied by hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the power of the 1972 no-mint mark half dollar. Here's where it gets truly exciting. Less than a handful of these coins exist in pristine condition. Collectors are actively searching, auction houses are fighting for listings, and the competition is fierce. The value of $769,000 isn't a fluke. It's a reflection of the extreme demand and scarcity. Think of it like the rarest ticket to the most exclusive event in the world. Only this ticket could fit in your pocket and potentially change your life. Now, let's pause for a moment. Imagine someone finding this coin in their change jar today. Would they even recognize it? Many would overlook it entirely, thinking it's just another half dollar. But that's where the opportunity lies. Most people never realize the wealth they hold in their own hands. Are you going to be one of them? Or will you seize the chance before someone else does? It's thrilling, it's urgent, and yes, it's very real. The demand for this coin is skyrocketing. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for authenticated, uncirculated examples, and prices are only rising. This coin has become a symbol of status in the numismatic world. Owning one isn't just about wealth, it's about prestige, history, and legacy. Picture yourself at an auction, the room full of wealthy collectors, and your coin becomes the highlight of the night. That's not fantasy. That's the reality of owning a 1972 no-mint mark half dollar. So, what does this mean for you? If you're watching this, you might already have a collection, or perhaps you've been thinking about exploring the world of rare coins. This is your invitation. Every moment that passes is another opportunity for someone else to snatch up a treasure that could have been yours. Don't let hesitation cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even more. Check your drawers, your old coin boxes, even the coins you've forgotten about in jars. The 1972 no-mint mark half dollar is highly sought after, and the market is hungry. This isn't just a fleeting trend. It's a long-term investment that grows in value as collectors scramble for the few remaining examples. Owning one is owning a piece of American history, a ticket to financial opportunity, and a legacy that could inspire generations. And remember, the excitement of discovery is unmatched. The moment you realize that what seemed ordinary is, in fact, extraordinary, that's the magic. The 1972 no-mint mark half dollar is more than a coin. It's a doorway to wealth, prestige, and the thrill of the rare. If you have one, guard it carefully. If you don't, start looking. It could be closer than you think. Your financial breakthrough might be hidden in plain sight, waiting for the person bold enough to recognize it. Will that person be you? Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could transform your financial future forever. Not just any coin. A coin minted in 1983 at the Philadelphia Mint. A half-dollar coin that hides an extraordinary secret. A rare minting error that collectors are scrambling to find. Yes, I'm talking about the 1983p Mint Mark half-dollar coin. A coin so rare that its current market value has soared to an astonishing $698,000. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is that really possible? Could a single coin be worth nearly $750,000? The answer is yes. And what's even more surprising is that thousands of these coins are still tucked away in drawers, forgotten in jars, or hiding quietly in rolls of change. Could one of them be yours? Before we dive deeper, let me ask you, have you ever held a coin and felt that it was special, that it had a story just waiting to be told? Maybe it was just a shiny piece of metal to someone else, but to the right collector, it's a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And here's the twist. Most people will never realize the gold mine they're sitting on until it's too late. Now, let's explore why the 1983p half-dollar coin has become one of the most sought-after errors in modern numismatics. It all starts with a tiny, almost imperceptible mistake made during the minting process. A misalignment, a double die, or a striking anomaly that sets this coin apart from the ordinary. To the untrained eye, it might look like any other half-dollar, but for collectors who know what to look for, it's a once-in-a-lifetime find. These coins aren't just rare, they are legendary. Think about this. In the world of rare coins, timing is everything. The market is moving fast, and every day, serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar to secure these hidden treasures. Imagine a world where you could take a coin you've kept in your drawer for decades and, with the right buyer, unlock nearly $700,000 in cash. That's not just money. It's the power to change your lifestyle, to invest, to create opportunities you never thought possible. And here's the kicker. Each passing day, more collectors are learning about this coin. More investors are entering the market, and the demand is only growing. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I know if I even have one of these? And here's where things get exciting. It's not just about luck. It's about knowledge. The slightest detail, an unusual mark, a misprint, a minting inconsistency, can be the difference between an ordinary coin and a $698,000 treasure. You don't want to discover this too late, when someone else has already claimed what could have been yours. Rare coins like the 1983p Mint Mark half-dollar aren't just collectibles. They are statements. They are proof that history, craftsmanship, and timing converge to create something truly extraordinary. And right now, the market is hungry. Serious buyers are looking for coins like yours, ready to pay unprecedented amounts for a genuine error piece. The excitement is palpable. The urgency is real. Each moment you wait, another potential buyer could be securing their dream coin. Money that could have been yours is slipping away, so ask yourself, are you ready to take action? To look through your collection with new eyes, to uncover hidden treasures you might have overlooked, to turn a small coin into a life-changing opportunity? The 1983p half-dollar coin isn't just rare. It's a beacon for those who recognize value when they see it. And while others may dismiss it as just another coin, you now have the knowledge to seize an extraordinary opportunity. Remember, fortune favors the informed and the decisive. That old coin sitting in your drawer could be the key to unlocking hundreds of thousands of dollars, perhaps even more. Don't wait. Examine, verify, and take the step that others will wish they had taken years from now. Because one coin, just one, could change everything.